Welcome to Stoic Mindset Women. Today, we embark on a journey into one of the most overlooked yet profoundly essential aspects of men's health, prostate vitality, and the curious, often misunderstood, relationship it has with daily ejaculation. This isn't just another video. It's a revelation. It's a mirror held up to how you live, how you think about aging, and most importantly, how you care for the vessel that carries you through this life, your body. Let's ask a bold question. What if the habits that seem trivial today are the ones sculpting your health and happiness tomorrow? In this deeply transformative discussion, we're going beyond surface-level health advice. We're diving headfirst into how the prostate, a small, walnut-sized gland, affects not just physical performance, but emotional resilience, psychological clarity, and long-term well-being. For men over 50, this gland takes center stage in ways most never imagined. And for younger men? This knowledge is your blueprint. A shield you can forge today against future pain. But why the prostate? Why does this small organ deserve so much attention? Because it's a silent architect of male vitality. When healthy, it supports hormone balance, libido, urination, and even mental sharpness. When neglected, it becomes a source of inflammation, discomfort, confusion, and in worst cases, disease. Today's video is about changing your narrative. We'll unpack what really happens when a man masturbates daily. From reducing prostate congestion to balancing powerful hormones like DHT, you'll gain deep insight into how something as simple as regular ejaculation can act like a pressure release valve for one of the body's most underappreciated systems. We'll also venture further into science and lifestyle. What are the biological mechanisms triggered during ejaculation? How does this impact inflammation, metabolic waste, and cellular repair? What role does testosterone and its derivative DHT play in the life of your prostate? And how does maintaining a healthy ejaculatory routine help mitigate the risks of chronic conditions like benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, and even prostate cancer? But this conversation doesn't stop at physical health. Prostate well-being also shapes your energy, confidence, emotional intimacy, and self-connection. In essence, your quality of life. And here's what you need to know: neglect creates stagnation. Not just physiologically, but psychologically. The prostate thrives on flow, of fluids, of energy, of engagement. When that flow is blocked, so is vitality. Daily ejaculation, whether through masturbation or sex, acts as a form of maintenance, a cleansing, rhythmic release that keeps the inner systems humming. But it's not just about the act. It's about honoring your body's cycles, understanding your internal mechanics, and taking radical ownership of your health. This isn't about addiction or compulsion. It's about conscious engagement. We'll also explore lifestyle factors that synergize with regular ejaculation. Antioxidant-rich diets, think tomatoes, green tea, berries. Physical movement and pelvic floor exercises. Stress reduction and mental clarity. We'll walk through why these choices aren't just nice to have, they are your health arsenal. And for those wondering, is this topic taboo? Absolutely not. It's a celebration of knowledge. A declaration that men's sexual health is worthy of real, mature, unfiltered conversation. It's time we stop whispering about prostate health. Let's speak it out loud. We'll also touch upon early warning signs to never ignore. Frequent urination or urgency. Pain or pressure in the pelvic region. Weak urine flow. Unusual discomfort post-ejaculation. These aren't just symptoms, they're messengers. And if you listen closely, your body is always talking. Lastly, we approach the elephant in the room: prostate cancer. It's one of the most common forms of cancer in men over 50. But research shows a potentially powerful correlation: men who ejaculate 21 times or more per month have a statistically lower risk of developing prostate cancer. That's not just theory, it's based on peer-reviewed science. Daily ejaculation may reduce carcinogen buildup, promote tissue regeneration, and support immune response in the reproductive tract. But again, this isn't magic. It's part of a broader approach. And that approach includes Regular PSA testing. Open dialogue with your physician. Understanding your family history. Prioritizing whole-body wellness. This is more than just a video, it's a guide, a wake-up call, and a promise that your best years don't have to be behind you. With intentionality and information, they can still be ahead. So if you're watching right now, drop a 1 in the comments if this resonates with you. Drop a 0 if it doesn't. Your feedback shapes what we bring next. Remember, your body is not a machine, it's a miracle. Treat it like one. Subscribe, ring that bell, and join us here on Stoic Mindset Women as we explore the depths of health, vitality, and self-respect. Because you deserve to age with power, purpose, and peace. Now take a deep breath. Let's begin this journey toward thriving, not just surviving. Hormonal harmony, the unseen symphony. Let's dig deeper. The prostate doesn't operate in a vacuum, it's tightly connected to the hormonal system. Specifically, we're talking about testosterone and its more potent sibling, dihydrotestosterone, DHT. These androgens don't just define male characteristics. They govern the growth and function of the prostate. DHT, in particular, is like a double-edged sword. It fuels the prostate's development, but in excess, it may also trigger its enlargement, a condition called benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. This is why older men often struggle with urinary issues. The gland, under constant stimulation from DHT, grows and presses on the urethra. Now here's the fascinating part. Ejaculation can offer a subtle balancing mechanism. Studies suggest that each ejaculatory event causes a brief, temporary drop in DHT levels. It's like giving your prostate a breather, a moment of relief from hormonal pressure. This is not a miracle pill. But in the context of consistent habits, daily ejaculation can be part of a hormonal dance that supports balance rather than chaos. And when you add resistance training, proper sleep, and nutritional support into the mix, foods rich in zinc, healthy fats, and B vitamins, you reinforce that balance. So, daily ejaculation? Think of it as one instrument in a full orchestra. It's not the symphony itself, but it keeps the rhythm. Emotional equilibrium and sexual self-awareness. We must go deeper still, because your health is not only physical. Emotional stagnation can wreak havoc on hormonal cycles and vice versa. The emotional relationship you have with your body, your sexuality, and your aging process is everything. Daily ejaculation can serve a purpose beyond release. It is a moment of self-connection, body awareness, and reflection. It can reduce stress, promote better sleep, and enhance mood through the release of endorphins and oxytocin. This is not a justification for escapism, but a reframing, ejaculation as sacred maintenance, not secret shame. And when a man is more connected to his body, he is more likely to notice the signs when something feels off, more in tune with physical cues that might otherwise go unnoticed until it's too late. Breaking the silence, myths around masturbation and masculinity. Now let's confront a cultural truth. For centuries, men have been bombarded with mixed messages about masturbation. It's been labeled everything from shameful to sinful, from lazy to unhealthy. These narratives aren't just wrong, they're harmful. One of the most destructive myths is that masturbation diminishes masculinity. That if a man engages in self-pleasure, he lacks discipline or strength. In reality, self-awareness and bodily autonomy are expressions of deep discipline and self-respect. Another myth suggests that frequent masturbation leads to erectile dysfunction or infertility. This has been repeatedly disproven by medical science. What causes dysfunction is often the lack of regular sexual activity, compounded by stress, poor circulation, or hormonal imbalance. And perhaps the most toxic myth? That men should ignore their sexual needs until partnered. This leads to suppression, shame, and silence, none of which foster healthy relationships or long-term well-being. Here's the truth, masturbation is natural. When practiced mindfully, it's not only harmless, it's health-enhancing. It keeps systems moving, fosters self-knowledge, and helps men maintain clarity about what they want, need, and feel. The real enemy isn't the act, it's the absence of understanding. Fueling the gland, prostate-specific nutrition. Your prostate, like any high-functioning system in the body, thrives on the right fuel. Nutrition isn't just about calories, it's about the molecular communication you're sending to your body every day. What you eat tells your body whether to fight inflammation, regulate hormones, flush toxins, or do the opposite. Let's begin with the powerhouses of prostate health. Lycopene-rich foods, found abundantly in tomatoes, watermelon, and pink grapefruit. Lycopene is a carotenoid with powerful antioxidant properties. Numerous studies link high lycopene intake to reduced risk of prostate enlargement and cancer. Cooked tomatoes, especially when combined with healthy fats like olive oil, increase bioavailability. Zinc, this essential mineral is highly concentrated in the prostate. Zinc is necessary for proper sperm production, immune response, and hormonal balance. Foods rich in zinc include pumpkin seeds, oysters, chickpeas, and cashews. Selenium, another trace mineral with potent antioxidant properties. Brazil nuts are the most concentrated natural source, but you'll also find selenium in tuna, sardines, and eggs. Selenium helps support DNA repair and immune surveillance within prostate tissues. Green tea, rich in catechins, particularly EGCG, green tea supports prostate tissue by reducing inflammation and oxidative stress. Drinking 1 to 2 cups daily is a powerful preventive habit. Cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, kale, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts contain compounds like sulforaphane, which promote detoxification and reduce carcinogen impact in the body. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel, these healthy fats help modulate inflammation, one of the root causes of prostate swelling and dysfunction. Pomegranate, this fruit isn't just good for your heart, it also shows promise in supporting prostate health by lowering PSA levels and improving circulation to the pelvic region. What should you limit? Highly processed meats, excess alcohol, trans fats, and refined sugars. These foods promote chronic inflammation and oxidative stress, two of the biggest threats to long-term prostate wellness. Combine this dietary approach with hydration, intermittent fasting, and mindful eating, and you give your prostate the environment it needs to flourish. Train the core, support the gland, physical exercises for prostate health. Just as you would train your heart or lungs, your prostate and pelvic floor also benefit from targeted movement. Kegel exercises, originally designed to support women's pelvic floors, Kegels are just as beneficial for men. They help strengthen the muscles that support the bladder and prostate, improving urinary control and sexual performance. How to do it: tighten the muscles you'd use to stop urinating midstream. Hold for 3 to 5 seconds, then release. Repeat 10 to 15 times, 3 times a day. Like brushing your teeth, make it routine. Squats and lunges. These compound movements improve blood circulation in the pelvic area. They also trigger natural testosterone production, supporting hormonal balance. Cardiovascular activity, walking briskly, cycling, or swimming just 30 minutes a day boosts circulation, reduces systemic inflammation, and supports detoxification. Stretching the pelvis, yoga poses like pigeon, butterfly, and garland help open the hips, relieve tension in the groin, and improve nervous system tone in the pelvic area.